I found him at first very intimidating.
Really? I mean, there's a stereotype around him, right? Around that. Like, he's known for that in some way.
A lot of photographers of that era, that's kind of how they're known. Like,
It's like chefs in a way. It's the same sort of thing.
100%.
Yeah.
It's prestigious and it's exclusive, and you hire him for him and who he is.
Yeah.
He's got a whole team setting things up, and he is the face of it.
And I guess he's earned his stripes. There's a little bit of that, where, I'm not saying that anything that was a negative experience for anyone while working with him, if there was that, it makes it acceptable. But there is a level of he has earned his studio. He's earned his reputation. That's all down from him. But so you found him quite intimidating?
To start with, I mean, I found everything intimidating. So I was just like, even the call sheets, yeah. So yeah, I did. And I felt like maybe I'm front of house, so I should keep my mouth shut. That was probably an internal thing in my mind. You're not that important. Right. You're not upstairs in the office working on the magazine. Just sort of keep to yourself.
It's almost like a hierarchy in those environments, isn't there?
That's how I felt. Yeah. Nobody made that a thing for me, but I felt that. Maybe that was insecurity on my part.
It's also just an expectation, isn't it, in a way? You've got a job title receptionist. That makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah, I guess so. And I didn't know what that meant really in this environment. And I was just figuring it out. But because I've grown up being a really good observer, having sort of been pushed to the back a little bit, I'm very good at noticing things.
Really?
And what I noticed quite quickly was Rankin himself responds really well to people that have got charisma and speak to him and give him ideas and challenge him. And I guess it makes perfect sense. You're a very prestigious photographer. You don't want yes people around you. You want people that push you and drive you.
Yeah.
So I tried to sort of push it a little bit. And that was my own personal growth in a way. Can I have a bit more guts? So I would challenge things. I'd speak back. I'd use the volume in my voice. And that was kind of scary for me because, when I was younger, I got bullied. I was very much in my shell as a person. So it's no, you've got to do this. Otherwise people won't take you seriously.
Yeah.
And I do think he responded much better to me. I think he just noticed me a bit more. When I got a glimmer of that, I was like, oh, this is a life lesson.
Yeah.
You got to speak up or you're going to get walked all over.
Really? Yeah. Do you think because that's very stereotypical of creative industries, I think. Do you think that really applies to other parts of your career?
I think so. I think it's really sad. There's a lot of skilled creative people out there that don't speak up and so they don't get noticed.
Yeah.
I don't think nice girls finish last at all, but I definitely think you've got to be able to use your voice and self-promote.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's this thing about, it's obnoxious or it's ego or it's whatever. I think it depends on how bad you want something in life and if you're prepared to turn the volume up a bit.